Let's look at this example here. In this problem, we'll do two sample z-test per mean to test if two cities have equal household incomes. Here we are given sample of household incomes in the cities of K-town and P-town. In this video, we will state hypothesis. We will decide if it's a Z or a T distribution. We will find test statistic, p-value, critical values, and draw conclusion based on our finding. Here, the claim is that the average household incomes of the two cities are equal. So this will be our null hypothesis. That is mu1 minus mu2 equals to 0. Then our alternate hypothesis will be mu1 minus mu2 not equal to 0. Next, we need to decide if the distribution is Z or T. Since we are given population standard deviation, we know it will be Z distribution. Next, let's calculate test statistic Z using this formula here. So here we need mean of the first population, which is x bar 1, that is 36,000. Mean of the second population is 34,000. Sample size of the first population is 40. Sample size of the second population is 45. Population variance of first sample, sigma 1 square is 5,000 square, which is this. And population variance of second sample is this, which is 4,800 square. So that is equal to 230,400,000. Now let's put everything together in this formula here. So we get this minus this over the square root. Our sigma 1 square is this here, so let's copy that. Over our n1 is 40 plus our sigma 2 square is this, so let's write that. Over our n2 is, so now when you do this math, so this thing comes out to be 1.88. So this is our test statistic. So let me write that down over here. It is 1.88. Now let's calculate p-value. First, note that it is two-tailed test since we have not equal to sign in alternate hypothesis. So p-value is, let me write that down here. So here p-value is 2 times the probability that Z is greater than 1.88. Now let's label the graph here. So our 1.88 is over here and we are trying to find this area. We can find this shaded area here using Z-table, calculator, or Excel. Here, let me show you how to find this area using calculator. To find it using other method, please see my other video. So for now, let me pull up my calculator up on the screen. Now go to second, distribution, then we'll be using normal CDF function, then hit enter. So here, since we are trying to find area above of 1.88, our lower value would be 1.88, and for our upper value, we'll take large positive numbers. So for this one, let me take 10,000. Our mu is 0 and our sigma is 1, then hit enter. This number that you are seeing on the screen is area on this side. So let me write that down over here. So that is, so this area over here is 0.0301. And remember, this is two-tailed test. So if that area is 0.0301, then this should be also 0.0301. So to get p-value, all we'll be doing is multiplying 2 times this number by 2. So it would be 2 times 0.0301. So this thing is equal to 0.0602. So this is our p-value. So let me write that down over here, 0.0602. Next, let's find critical value. First, let's note that it is two-tailed test since we have not equal to sign in alternate hypothesis. So we will have critical values at both ends such that area is alpha by 2 at each tail. Basically, we are trying to find these points here. Since we know we have critical values at both ends such that area is alpha by 2 at each tail, let's say this area towards the tail is alpha by 2. Since here alpha is given to be 0.05, so our alpha by 2 will be 0.05 over 2. And 0.05 over 2 is 0.025. 0.025. If this area here is 0.025, this area is also 0.025. Now to find these critical values, we can use different tools like calculator, table, and Excel. Here I will show you how to do this by using TI calculator. For other methods on finding critical value, please see my other video. Now let me pull up my calculator up on the screen, then go to second distribution. Then here we'll be using inverse norm function, which is number 3, then hit enter. So calculator takes area to the left, and if we are looking at this point here, area to the left from this point is 0.025, 0.025. Our mu is 0, our sigma is 1, then hit enter. Therefore, our critical values are, let me write that down here, negative 1.96 and 1.96. Next, let's determine the rejection region. We know that it is two-tailed test, so the rejection region will be at both tails beyond the critical values. So let me draw that here. If this point here is negative 1.96 and this point here is 1.96, so therefore our rejection region is above 1.96 and below negative 1.96. Next, to draw the conclusion, we will see if the test statistic falls on the rejection region. For that, let me draw the rejection region again. So our critical values are here. So this is negative 1.96 and this is our 1.96. And our test statistic 1.88 is somewhere over here. So that is 1.88, which is test statistic. So from this graph here, we can see that test statistic 1.88 is not in the rejection region. We do not reject the null hypothesis. Using the p-value also, we can derive the same conclusion. Here p-value is 0.0602 and alpha is 0.05. P-value is greater than alpha. We do not reject our null hypothesis. And finally, this particular sample does not provide an evidence to reject the claim that the two cities have equal average household incomes. Finally, we can also find p-value and test statistic using calculator. So let me show you how to do that. Let me pull up my calculator up on the screen. Now go to stat, test, then we'll be using two samples z-test, which is number 3 here, then hit enter. Since we are given summary statistics instead of real data, we will select stats, then hit enter. Here, standard deviation of the first population is 5,000, so let's enter that. Standard deviation of the second population is 4,800. Let's enter that. Mean of the first sample is 36,000, so let's enter that. Our N1 is 40. Mean of the second sample is 34,000. And our N2 is 45. Since we have not equal to sign in alternate hypothesis, we will select not equal to mu. Then hit enter, then come down here to calculate, then hit enter. Now, if you compare the values that we got earlier for test statistic and p-value with what we just got using calculator, they match to few decimal places. Thank you for watching. We hope this video was helpful. Please like and subscribe our channel. We will be bringing more and more videos on variety of topics.